Hello and welcome back to the channel. I was thinking about a recent comment I had on one of my videos, and I was doing a video about the 70s and talking about this movie, Harold and Maude, and someone reminded me that this film is out of print. This Criterion release is out of print, and I totally forgot about that. And then I realized that sometimes I spend quite a bit of time looking for Criterion titles and maybe even from other labels that are out of print. Now this is one of the ones I have that's out of print in my collection, but I was thinking a lot about how much time I spend looking for out of print titles. Of course, I wish I could have every Criterion title there is out there, including the Laserdisc releases and things like that. But I do have this other one. I also have a copy of Nashville, but I had this other one too that's, I believe, out of print. And I was looking on the Criterion site this morning. There's 120 titles that are currently out of print, and I'm going to talk about one at the end of this video that I'm really searching for and really interested in. It's probably the top out-of-print title that I'm interested in getting. But I'm interested to get your thoughts as well as to how you might search for, or do you search for out-of-print titles? Do you try to get them on eBay? Do you try to get them from other outlets, etc.? So certainly let me know in the comments below about those. But I'm going to show you some that I missed out on as well. So there's a little bit of fear of missing out here in this video, because I wish I would have picked up certain copies of Criterion releases before they went out of print. Now, the thing I noticed on the website too is that some of the Fellini films, as an example, have been put into that big Fellini set. So you can't get the individual releases that were done of something like I Vitelloni, for example, which is out of print, the individual copy of it, but it is in the box set. So I understand that. I think it's also true with the Jacques Tati set. There were some individual releases, and then there was a box set release. One of the other ones that I really was looking for when I was interested in Laurence Olivier films is Hamlet, because Hamlet came in a box set with Richard III and Henry V. I was able to get Richard III, of course. These are not out of print, I don't think. And here's Richard III, which I have as a Criterion, which I love, and I love the extra features on it. And there's the back of that one. This one is spine number 213 from the Criterion collection. And then I thought, I need to get Henry V, but this is only a DVD, so maybe at some point they'll release this on Blu-ray. I would hope. This may never happen. But it does have some extra features also on the back, and it happens to be spine number 41. But these also came out in a box set with Hamlet, and you could also get the Hamlet release. Hamlet, to me anyway, seems a little bit hard to find unless you can look in for a Region B release, as an example. I think that's one of the ones I found that was more that was less expensive, let's say, and I do have a region-free player, so that's still on my list. I'm still interested in getting it, but I wish I had picked up the Laurence Olivier box set that had all 3 films in it. But I have the films, that's the most important thing, but at the same time, I wish I had picked that up. A couple of the other releases that I was thinking about too that I missed out on, but I picked these movies up in other places. One of them, deep regret on this one. I should have picked this up. This was available, I think, within the last year or two, and I didn't get it. I was on my list. It was on my list for sales and things like that. I didn't pick it up. It went out of print. Of course, you never know. There's no announcement necessarily when these movies are going to be out of print. But as I continue collecting, I wish I had picked that up. So this video is a lot about deep regret for not picking these titles up when I could have picked them up. Now, sometimes when I'm looking on Amazon or even in other sites, I look at how many copies are left, and that inspires me maybe to pick up that movie sooner than later. Sometimes it'll be on Amazon, it'll say only 1 copy left. I don't know if it's true or not, but I tend to order that movie right away because I don't want to regret not getting it and then it's not available. So anyway, this is one of the ones I wish I had picked up. Also, Life of Brian. I'm a big Monty Python fan, and so I noticed this had a Criterion release, and there's the back of that one. This is, again, just the Blu-ray, but I'm happy to have the movie. There's no question about it. I love having the movie. That's the most important thing. But as a Criterion collector, would love to have had the Criterion release. A few more here, too. Again, just reviewing some of the titles on the site this morning, and you can go on the Criterion site and see what is out of print. But as I mentioned earlier, there's 120 titles. Ron from Kurosawa. Of course, there was a Kurosawa box set also that is out of print that I've seen, pictures of, and people have searched for that and purchased it in other places. But this one, again, have the movie. I'm very excited about it, but I Did not get that. And then this one also, these are Kino Lorber releases. This is one for Leon Moore and Priest, which I noticed was out of print from the Criterion Collection, but then licensing gets picked up from Kino Lorber and they do the release. But I would love to have this. I would love to have this on Criterion as an example. And then finally, another one I picked up just recently from Kino also is The Last Year at Marienbad, which is like I mentioned, a Kino release. It's got extra features on it. Great, everything's great. I love it. It's on Blu-ray, but if I had the Criterion release, that would be awesome too. So now I'm going to talk about a little bit about a movie that is at the top of my list, and I've been searching for it, I would say, for years. Not a lot of years, but a couple of years at least, and that is a copy of Robert Bresson's Diary of a Country Priest. That would be at the top of my list. I'm going to show a little screenshot here of the cover of that from the Criterion site. And every once in a while I have a list of titles that I'm looking for that are out of print, where I'm checking pricing on in different outlets. I knew I was going to love this film, but I happened to seek it out recently, and there's an app for the Roku where you can watch it for free, and I started watching it, all in on it, loved it, and so now I want to get a copy of it. So many times the first place I'll look, or the first place maybe that comes up when I'm searching, is eBay. I haven't purchased a lot of things on eBay, but this is a place I'm probably going to go to pick up the DVD. Some of these, I know we have to be really careful these days too, even on Amazon, where you might get a burned copy that someone's put in a DVD case, etc. So I'm always watchful of that and look at the reputation of different sellers on eBay and things, things along those lines. But that is my top title that I want to pick up that is out of print currently from the Criterion Collection. So let me know in the comments below if you do some searching for out of print titles, if you're interested in picking those up. Obviously, I don't want to spend a lot of money on an out of print title when I could get maybe 3 or 4 more films for the same price. So. But I'm watching these prices and I'm interested in picking this up. I think Diary of a Country Priest was not that expensive. It wasn't cost prohibitive on eBay, so I might pick it up from there. But it's definitely a movie that I've searched for a long time. It's been on my list, and I've looked every once in a while, probably once or twice a month. I start looking for out of print titles and decide whether I want to spend money on that versus maybe a new film that's coming out or an existing Criterion. Things along those lines. So I think these are maybe some common issues that collectors go through. So let me know in the comments below if you have a favorite out-of-print title that you're looking for, that you're interested in, and how do you go about doing that? Do you look, do you go to flea markets perhaps? I've been thinking about maybe going to thrift shops and things where there may be collectors that are unloading their collection, where this movie might be, and other movies of course too. So that's a possibility as well. Tag sales or yard sales, things like that also interest me. So let me know in the comments if this is something that you do as a collector and what your experience has been so far. I just wanted to make this video to talk about it because it does take up some of my time, along with all the other movies I'm watching and TV series and everything like that. This is something that I tend to spend some time doing. So thanks so much for watching this video today. I hope you're having a great 2023 so far. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and this is your first video, please consider subscribing. That would be awesome. I sincerely hope that everyone is safe and well, and I'll talk to you soon.